Yo, what's going on, guys? Today I have a bit of a different video because this is something that is bothering the life out of me, and we're going to be talking about Dokkan again, and we're going to be talking about this bum in specific. Now, the game is just recently entered its 10-year anniversary, and this was one of the headliners for the anniversary. When all of us in the server were watching like the reveal trailer for all like the animations and the details, and we were all extremely like one of my friends like they literally were like, drop everything, I'm summoning for this unit right here. And now that he's been out in the game for a minute, a little bit, he's terrible. He is awful. Now, what do you think? Like, oh, what do you mean? The new unit, he's awful? Now, the reason that he is awful is for this right here. Medium chance of becoming a super attack after every few orbs obtained. Now, you might be thinking, oh, that's a pretty good ability. They have the chance to do like five supers within a turn. Guys, when I tell you that this unit will do one super and then four normals, oh my god, like, I don't think, like, it is literally for a character that is almost entirely built around doing super attacks. Like, you need to do 6 or more super attacks to get 30% damage reduction. You need to do 7 or more super attacks to get a guaranteed crit. It's like, it's the most like counterintuitive unit, honestly, like, ever. Like, sure, he gets the damage reduction off his intro, and you're always going to see this because of the team that he leads. And you get stuff for doing just normal attacks, which, like, that's cool. But there are events in this game that you need to be doing damage, like actual damage, not just normal damage, to be doing damage to these bosses. And he is not the unit to be doing that. Now, this problem with this unit becomes even worse, because not even like I'm not even gonna like regard the unit that is also on his banner that clears him in every way, shape, or form, which is the Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I want to talk about, because he was meant to replace this unit. He's meant to replace this unit because they have the same name, they're not gonna link. But this unit is just objectively, maybe not objectively, but he's still like miles better. And this guy, his EZA came out June or July of last year. This unit is 4 years old, and he is still better than a unit that just dropped not even a month ago. Like, this guy is like better in almost every single way. Like, he guards first turn, he's in there. Base 50% damage reduction, just base. Additional check that has a 77% chance to become a super, not a medium chance, a 77% chance. He builds up through attacking. He gets damage reduction for every time he dodges or gets hit. And the most important thing that still probably sets this guy clear from this one is that he has a revive. And yeah, sure, you have to get hit 5 times to get the revive, but being able to avoid death is the one of like the single most powerful ability in this game. Whether that comes from dodging, whether it comes from the Great Ape transformation where you take 0 damage, whether it comes from, like, you know, damage reduction or guarding, the ability to not die is like the bread and butter of this game. And not only the fact that you basically get a free second life, he becomes even stronger after reviving. Like, there is honestly no scenario where I would say that you would want to run this guy over this one. Like, he's not he hasn't aged out. He's still like extremely meta relevant. Even if he might not be top 10 still, he is still better than this absolute bozo. And that brings me to another point. This EZA just came out on. This is one of the first units ever released in this game. He does super attacks at a much higher rate than this bozo who only has a medium chance. And you need to get key to do this. Like, you have to get 10 key to be able to get this full ability. And it's, again, you're not guaranteed to get super attacks. You might just get a super and 5 normals. Meanwhile, with this absolute goat, this legend, you like, just base effect, you always have a chance to get another super attack. You get a guaranteed super attack in slot 2 or 3. Like, and then you have all of his hidden potential additionals. So this guy could, not even theoretically, like, most times this guy is going to quad super, and if you're going against extreme class, you get a guaranteed crit, and he gets 50% defense every single time he attacks, and he gets damage direction up to 30%, and then he infinitely stacks for every rainbow key sphere obtained, so you can get up to 250% attack and defense and a 50% chance to crit with 5 rainbow key spheres, on top of the fact that he is supporting. Like, this is not even just about being able to do additional supers. This guy is he's just objectively better, and he's a super EZA of a unit that EZA'd in 2019 for a unit that released in 2016. A 2025 anniversary headliner is not better than this guy. Like, that is so embarrassing. And another example I want to bring up, a unit that did something extremely similar to this. He was built around being able to do additional attacks, and he would build up for every additional attack done. He's like, I had this guy like 79% when he came out, which is, I got him 3 times. He like gapped the rest of the game so hard for a good while. He was so good for so long because he would literally almost quad super every single turn for me, and he would be critting, because with units like this, you want to build them for crit because of how much attacks they do, and even if they do normal, their normal attacks are still going to do crazy damage. So, like, this guy was still like, he was like top 1 on release. Like, he gapped the rest of the game. And this creates an even greater problem with the fact that this guy is so unbelievably buns, because he leads one of the best teams in the game. Like, on paper, he has objectively the best leader skill out of all of these units. Like, 220%. That is a meta shifting leader skill. Yet he is nowhere, like, he pales in comparison to these two, bro. Like, I don't think he is anywhere close to how good both UI Goku and LR Jiren are, because they just offer so much more to the team. Like, yeah, UI Goku's base, I would be the first person to tell you that his base form is not the craziest. He does not have a great base form. However, when he transforms and gets this domain, he nullifies the effect of bosses that cancel dodge, and then his transform state is just elite. The first turn, like, after any time he dodges an attack, he counters. Like, any attack that he dodges, he will counter, whether that is a super attack or a normal. It is like, he is so elite And like first turn he transforms, guaranteed dodge. And he gives allies a 10% chance to dodge. Anytime he gets 24 key, which is very easy on this team, and with his links, guaranteed additional super. Anytime he receives an attack, he guards. So if he doesn't dodge, he'll still be guarding, but that is not very helpful because he still kind of gets crunched. But when you get to 50% or less, huge attack boost, you get extra chance to dodge and a higher chance to crit. Like, he just offers so much more as a leader of this team, and his leader skill is like objectively worse because Vegeta is the whole Universal Survival Saga gets 220, which is a crazy leader skill because this is one of like the best teams in the game. But where is he? He only gives 200% to Universal Survival Saga and reps, which a lot of the best units on this team are on reps Universe 7. Like, I mean, obviously he's on reps. Oh, I did not mean to close that out. He's on reps, and he's one of the best units on the reps. Where, let me pull up another GOAT as well. He is also on reps, and he is still one of, no, go to UI Goku. He is still one of the best units in the game. He's like a mirror image of Vegeta, this Vegeta, but instead of like guarding, he dodges, and obviously he gets stronger when he revives. Like, this unit, when they came out, and I think this is one of the main thing that I want to talk about. When this unit came out alongside this unit, they gapped the rest of the, especially at the time, where is he? This Goku gapped the rest of the game. Like in 2021 when they dropped, they were so far and away the best units in the game because his dodge was just so like in bag, his dodge was just so strong. Like if you built him to dodge, he literally would not get hit. And this revive back then, it was so powerful because with how bosses were moving, bro, you had to have some way of like living. And the fact that not only he would dodge, and if he did get caught, he'd have this revive just in his back pocket. And then on the Easy A, he just gets like, this card is still one of the best units in the game. And it's why Universal Survival Saga is still one of the best unit or teams in the game. And like all of that is not even getting into how crazy that where is he? How crazy Jiren is, because he also offers more. Like in base, 50% damage reduction, just base. He gets an attack break for the first turn, and he gets more damage reduction and a chance to crit in slot 2 or 3. You go into a standby, which is great. Wait, where is it? There you go. He can't attack, but he supports damage reduction still. He changes key spheres for himself. He gets damage reduction for every single key sphere that he gets. So he's literally untouchable. Defense when he gets an attack, so again, untouchable. And he gets crazy support in slot 2 or 3. Like, this guy is like a supportive monster. And then when you decide to get out of the standby and become full power Jiren, he is just stupid. Like 60% damage reduction, great chance to crit. You get a scouter for a turn, up to like 71% damage reduction, even more defense. You get a higher chance to crit every single time you do an attack. You get guaranteed crits at 24 key, which again, it is extremely easy to get because Universal Survival Saga has some of the best key links in the game. And anytime, well, I mean, this ability you might not see as much, but he can just hit absurd numbers and while still being able to defend the rest of the team. Like, it is ridiculous how crazy he is. Like, he just does, him and UI Goku just offer so much more to this team than this Vegeta. Like, this Vegeta, all he is here to do, like, all he offers is damage. That is it. Like, Jiren offers ridiculous support. UI Goku is essentially a team protector. Maybe not a team protector, but he's still a protector. And like that brings me to another like major point with not even just this Vegeta but Dokkan in general is that the dev team has this weird way of like instituting quote unquote balance even though this is not a PvP game. I think there's no reason to balance PvP or PvE. But like for example, this this Piccolo was the best, I think like the de facto best unit in the game from his release for like 2-ish years. Like I think he was probably the best unit in the game until where is he? I didn't pull him up. Hold on. He was the best unit in the game until this Gohan came out. This like literally until this Gohan came out, this Piccolo was the best unit in the game. And what's funny is that this Gohan makes this Piccolo even better because not only do they have a unit super attack, because I mean you see him on the card art right there, but he does everything. Like he's a slot one demon. He gets he gives all allies key whenever he gets hit. Where is it? Um Well, he gives himself higher attack. He get No, it's Piccolo that gives all allies key whenever he gets hit. Like they basically took his kit, put it on this Gohan, and like cranked it up to like 20. So like until this Gohan, like between these two, like in about like 2 years, like that Piccolo was the best unit in the game, and now this Gohan has been like the best unit in the game until now when Vegeta came out. Like this guy was almost de facto the best unit in the game, and which is crazy because this Piccolo dropped beside this Gohan, who was so unbelievably mid. Like I don't understand how people stuck their neck out for this guy for so long when he was just so mid. Like this Piccolo was like beyond, like far and beyond better than that Gohan. Like from because they obviously they dropped at the same time, and this Piccolo just cleared him in every single way, shape, or form. Like that is an annoying thing that I think this game does, and then we see it happen. We're seeing it happening now with this guy. He dropped alongside a Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Vegeta, and those two are like miles ahead of him. Like that is something that I hate that Dokkan does. That they drop units, and then there's like they one or two of the units are like so head and shoulders better than everyone else. Like there was a time period where like it was a three-way tie between who was the best TOR in the game between these three TORs right here. Like these two, or whoops, I did not. I keep doing that. It's really annoying. These two dropped. I just did it again. These two dropped for Golden Week in 2023, and this Piccolo was the like by far the best unit in the game, or not best unit, but he was by far the best TOR in the game. Like anyone who was trying to say otherwise was lying to themselves. He was so clear. He was so unbelievably clear. Like the whole time that this intro was up, he was like far and away better than every other TOR in the game. And like you'd have this, but then you'd have also this building up to counteract the intro going away. And he was always super effective against all types because most of the hard content was against one enemy. He got even more stats in slot 1, and he got even more stats when receiving an attack, which he did not have to get hit to get that. As long as the attack was targeted at him, he got that. And then even in slot 2, he got a high chance to super, and he got attack and defense with max key. And then he had another thing that Piccolo had. He had a basically free turns of damage. Like this Piccolo has this form. Like this form was at the peak of its power, it was an instant win because not only could this last for this could last for 3 turns. So you had 3 turns of taking absolutely 0 damage. You were able to cancel boss super attacks. Like, he was so clear. He was so clear. And like this Goku, he was admittedly a fraud because he only had the guard for 1 chance. Like high chance to guard. This is one of the worst abilities that they have in the game because you basically have like almost a 50-50 of whether you are going to tank everything or you're going to get absolutely obliterated. And he also had attacks effective against all types against one enemy. Great ability. And high chance of nullifying a Ki Blast Super, which I don't mind that ability at all because I think if it was guaranteed to nullify, I mean, no, it would not be unbalanced because the tech androids have like they nullify all Ki Blast Supers. Like when those tech androids get their EZA, they're going to be ridiculous because there are so many bosses that just do that like basic Kamehameha that you'll just block it. And whenever guard like this ability was pretty fraudy because I think it should have just been guaranteed guard, and then the more times he gets hit while he's guarding, this builds up to 100%. And I mean, he also does have a revive, and after the revive, he gets what he should have just had in base, which is guarding all attacks, guaranteed, and the additional super. Like, I think for him to revive, like this is literally was a unit where they had to revive to be good, which is pales in comparison to how good like this guy is or this guy, where they are top like borderline top 3 unit in the game before even reviving, and then after reviving they're just like unbelievably crazy. And like there's some tweets I want to bring up, like the attack, like this ability right here, where is it? For every 2 Ki Sphere obtained, medium chance of becoming a super attack. Like 9 times out of 10, you are going to end up in this scenario where you get all the orbs, 20 normal attacks, and you only get 4 supers. Like that is embarrassingly bad. That is like hilariously awful. And like yeah, he does damage. He still does damage, but this is like embarrassing. Like with this wait, where is he? With this Gogeta, these numbers would be like you'd have more supers than you would normals with this Gogeta. Like he is so far and away better than this Vegeta. And I think that's, like I said, that's embarrassing because there's no reason a headlining LR is not a top 10 unit in the game. Like this is the Super Saiyan 3 Goku that I was talking about that is also on his banner. Clears him in every way, shape, or form. Like we talked about Beast as well. Like the Vegeta that I'm talking about. Like all of these units just offer so much more to their teams and all their categories that they're on than this Vegeta. Like it's embarrassing. And like that's like, bro. This image kind of encapsulates like all the problems that I have with this Vegeta. Like here you see it again, like 3 super attacks, 11 normals, and we're on turn 5. Like he like that's a good thing. Like he creates orbs for himself. Like that's a great thing, and he creates them just to make 4 normals. Like he's such like I really do hate units like this that are people are more obsessed with like the idea of this unit than they are with how bad they actually are. Like there's another unit that I talked about in one of my previous videos that is also just like let me see if I can find them. Yup, right here. Like everyone is so obsessed with the idea of this unit being good, and their idea of the unit being good is it's literally just this card, which like if they would have dropped this unit and it was just this Vegeta, like none of the base form nonsense, if it was just this Vegeta, he'd be regarded so much higher in people's minds, in my mind as well, because this Vegeta is elite. Like he'll have 50% damage reduction in Assault 1 with a high chance to guard, like before he even attacks. So like he's a great Assault 1 unit, and like they really should have just used this as the unit and not the bum that has to lock them behind. Like their if we go back, like their transformation condition is horrific. I talked about it in that disappointment video. This is horrifically bad. This is awful. Like turn 5 or HP 70% or less. The fifth turn from entry, not turn 5. They have to have fifth turn in the battle. Or if you have Future Saga starting from turn 7. Like that is so bad. Like these guys are only good for 4 turns, and this condition just leaves them as a sitting duck for like 2 or 3 turns after their intro. Like they are literally just potential men. Like yeah, you can't consistently get 10 orbs with this guy because there are other units on the team that need orbs, and like it's so annoying. I think the main takeaway from this whole thing is that there is no reason that there's no reason that a unit headlining an anniversary this important and significant, we are 10 years into the game, there is no reason that a new character with this name is not better than this guy who dropped 4 years ago. And there is no reason that this unit, who is brand new and has de facto the best leader skill for this one of the best categories in the game, offers less than 2 units that have objectively worse leader skills. Like they give less key and they give less stats, yet they are both, I think, worse than this Goku and this Jiren. Like there should be no reason that the best leader for this team are units that give less stats. Like I wouldn't even, like the only reason that you are running this guy as the leader of this team is for the stats. That's it. You're only running this guy as the leader for the stats. And that's embarrassing. Like he's literally only there for stats. He does not offer even a fraction of what this Goku and this Jiren have to offer. And like this Jiren is recent. Like this Jiren dropped at the end of last year. Not even a few months ago. Yeah, and UI Goku dropped in the middle of last year. And they're still on, like in my opinion, they're still both better than this Vegeta, who is an anniversary headliner. Like that is one of the main things as well. This guy is headlining one of the biggest celebrations in this game's history, and he can't hang with he can't hang with these two at all. He can't even replace the unit that he was meant to replace on this team. Like I see no reason why you don't run this Vegeta over this one. This Vegeta offers more. He offers more to the team. Like this section of the passive alone offers more than whatever this unit has. Like he doesn't even have an active skill. This guy doesn't even have an active skill. No active skill attack. Meanwhile, this guy has not only a revive, but an active skill attack. So not only can he completely save the team with the second life, he has a turn where he can put up free damage. And not to mention, this attack activates where is it? This attack activates where is it? Where is the crit? thing in this there. Or well, this active skill is a guaranteed crit. So where is the thing that when they additional? Oh, here it is. It's on their super attack effect. Like, if you do this, it guaranteed activates this. Like, and he gives allies crit chance for 2 turns. He's 2-turn crit support on his 18 key, and he gives 1 turn of crit support on the 12 key. And these stack. Like, there's genuinely nothing that this Vegeta does that would warrant him replacing this Vegeta. This guy has not aged out yet. This guy has not aged out. And like I said, it's almost to a point where there is actually there's no room for him on this team, because like the ideal team is you're running him, you're running UI Goku, you're running Jiren, you're gonna run this UI Goku, this Vegeta, so that's 4, and like even this unit who easy aid, like this unit somehow is doing what he does better. Like somehow, where'd they go? There's someone like this unit is somehow doing what he does better, because not only does he get additional ki for the orbs that they create, they get buff for every orb that they get damage reduction and crit chance for every orb that they can create, and look, they have a high chance of doing an additional super. Even though it's 3 instead of 5, it's a high chance and not a medium chance. There are many turns where you are going to see these guys triple super. Like they get 70% damage reduction on 24 key. And because of this, and because of how good their links are, and because of how good this team is, they live at 24 key. Like, sure, this guy will also live at 24 key, like, because like he said, he creates his own orbs, but like there's like genuinely it really does make me really mad. This like when I thought about this the other night, it had me so pressed, because there is no reason a new unit that just came out is offering less than the team than units that are not these bums, than units that are like this guy is gonna be 5 years old this year. This guy is going to be 4 years old. Where is he? 4 years old. Like, there is no reason that this unit is offering less to the team than units that are 4 and 5 years old. There's no reason for that. Like, there is no reason that this Vegeta should not be on the level of the other 2 units. Like I mentioned earlier with these 3, like, it is very easy for Dokkan to create a healthy meta where there are multiple units that are vying to be the best, like TUR, LR, and because all these units released, like these guys released in April, and then this guy released next month, like, and then for the rest of the year, these 3 were the arguments for the best TUR in the game. Like, there is no reason that Dokkan is dropping a unit like this that is purposefully lackluster in comparison to the 2 units that dropped next to him. These guys are like de facto 2 of the best units in the game. This guy's not even top 10. You don't see his sprite here anywhere. And then with the other units that we talked about, like this Vegeta, like this Goku, this Jiren, this Goku, like there's a very valid argument that he's not even top 15. And that's embarrassing. Like, this is a new unit. Like, oh, it's so stupid, bro. Like, oh, it's so dumb. I don't understand why. Why would they do this? It is not hard to make units be good at the same time alongside each other. We've seen it happen with these two, or with these three. And like, they are so easily capable of making units that can just gap the game with as much like authority as this Gohan. This Gohan dropped mid-year last year, and he is still top 3. That is how you design a unit. Like, this Broly, this Gohan, all dropped worldwide of last year. They're still top 10. This Broly was almost the best unit in the game on release. Like, oh my god, dude. I could go on for so much longer. This video is almost like, this is like going to be one of my longest videos, because this actually had me so heated. But with all of that being said, if you do like this guy, I'm not mad at you. I'm just mad at how they fumbled such an important release. Because like I said, the whole purpose of this guy releasing and not having a different name was to replace this guy, and they failed to do that. So that's gonna be enough for me. I hope you guys enjoyed a different style of video that I honestly want to keep doing, because I love talking about this game, because I love this game so much. I've been playing this game for almost 6 years now. I adore everything about this game. So like I said, that's enough for me. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe, share the channel, turn on post notifications, by the way. And I will see you guys tomorrow.